Representative of North Carolina, Mark Harris. Congressman, thank you for being with us. So senators voted for the 8th time last night, failing to reach the 60 vote threshold needed to pass Republicans' CR. Do you think that Democrats will eventually cave on their demands and come to negotiating on extending these Obamacare subsidies?
Well, Tracy, thank you for having me with you this morning. To be honest, this is a matter that right now it's got to be the Democrats have got to come to their senses, not just a matter of caving. They've got to come to their senses and understand that the offer that the House took, the action that we took several weeks ago, in fact, September 19th, when we had the continuing resolution there in front of us, we passed it overwhelmingly simply to set a date out to November 21st to give us the opportunity to do some more appropriation bills that needed to be passed. It was simply a date that was put out there to give us the additional 7 weeks. There were no frills, there were no games in that. There was just nothing that would cause them to do this, except for the fact that they have decided that this is a political play that Chuck Schumer and the Democrats are choosing to make. So, I think that when you look at the reality of what is happening, we've got President Trump who's stepping up to find creative ways to make sure our troops get paid right now. This is critical, but time is eventually going to run out here, and the Democrats have got to come to their senses and understand that this is no way to govern, and we've got to be willing to just simply work and move forward, and they've got to pass this. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, and the House Speaker is, warning that the stalemate could stretch into one of the longest government shutdowns in history. And, this is taking place as federal workers take to the streets outside of offices across the country. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson says the Democrats, well, they're really playing dirty. Listen to what he had to say.
And what Chuck Schumer means when he says that he wants us to negotiate is that he is demanding, and he said it publicly, I can't believe he says the quiet parts out loud sometimes, but he wants a backroom deal. That's how he's operated for decades. He's been in Congress since 1980. I was 9 years old in the 3rd grade.
All right, I want to get your reaction to that. And also, Congressman, tell us how the people in your great state of North Carolina, how they feel about this shutdown.
Well, listen, I think the Speaker is exactly right. And look, we have seen a president and we've seen, frankly, a Congress at this point with a Republican majority that is not interested in the political games. The American people sent us here in November of 24 in that election to do government differently. And so that's exactly what we've attempted to do. Very transparent. It's just out there. It was a clean CR that just set a date forward so that we were able to keep moving forward. And the Democrats have just rejected that. They have preferred to shut the government down and to just play the game. So what I'm hearing back home, very frankly, as we've been working in the district week after week, is that hold your ground. That's what we've been hearing from folks, that they recognize that this is Schumer's shutdown. They recognize the political gamesmanship. And again, this president is a businessman. He has a America First agenda that he is wanting to move forward, and that's what he is doing. This is not a time for games. And so I am thankful for Russ Vought. I'm thankful for this administration. They're finding creative ways to do what they need to do to pay our troops. I'm very grateful for that. But I'm also grateful that they're realizing that, hey, if we need to shrink the size of government, this is the time, I guess, it is to do it. And we're moving forward with that as well. So, we're going to see what's going to come out of this. But the Democrats have got to come to their senses sooner rather than later, I hope.
Yeah, and a lot of people are getting very frustrated with them, including the legacy media. CNN's Dana Bash, in fact, she really took House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries to task. Listen.
You're right down the hall from Mike Johnson's office. I know exactly where you are. You could probably take a few steps and go knock on the door and talk to him. Have you tried that?
Speaker Johnson hasn't been given permission to have a conversation with me or Leader Schumer, and he said as much earlier today.
So you don't think he would talk to you at all?
We can have a conversation.
All right, Representative, what do you think about that? I mean, I think things are becoming very transparent here to the public, including those in legacy media.
Well, they are, and that in and of itself speaks to what has happened. The Speaker has been very clear. If they will open the government back, there's going to be time to have conversations that we can have about the issues that they're saying they're so concerned about. But it really seems they're not concerned about those issues. They would rather just kind of throw a Hail Mary here. They would kind of rather just shut the government down. They are imposing this kind of pain on the American people, and it's just wrong. And people are waking up, and I think that we're going to see the backlash continue on the Democrats and until they find a way out. And there's only one way out, and that is simply pass this clean CR and let's get the government open and begin our work that we need to do.
Yeah, it's so very important for the American people. I want to pivot now to this. Yesterday here in Washington, D.C., a really an emotional scene at the White House. President Trump awarding the Medal of Freedom posthumously to Charlie Kirk.
Charles James Kirk was a visionary and one of the greatest figures of his generation. He was truly an amazing figure and growing leaps and bounds. He knew that the fight to preserve our heritage is waged not only on the battlefield and in the halls of power, of which we have tremendous power, but also in the hearts of our nation's youth. That's where Charlie rode strongest.
And his widow, Erica Kirk, accepted the nation's highest civilian honor on her late husband's behalf, as we know. And really, so many people just wanted to be there to attend this ceremony, as Charlie was a friend to so many. I just kind of want to get your take on what we saw yesterday and really this outpouring of love and support and this great honor for him.
Well, I think it was one of the most beautiful ceremonies that I could have imagined. And I think that the president, once again, showing phenomenal leadership. I can't imagine anyone more deserving of this Medal of Honor than Charlie Kirk. Indeed, he has radically impacted, I think, this entire generation of young people. I'm seeing it across my district. I'm hearing it from young people. I've been a pastor for 36 years, and I'm seeing signs in the church and really across the community of this man's impact, Charlie Kirk. It's just phenomenal. And my prayer is that we're going to see this real spiritual awakening that many have been praying for, many have been yearning for. And this is unique. We're at a unique time right now. It feels different than any other time that we've seen, even after such national tragedies that we have suffered before. This seems to feel a little different. And I think that we're going to see some great fruit come forth from Charlie's life and the impact that he is making still.
Yeah, that was just so beautiful. And I agree with you too, sir. Thank you so much, Congressman Harris. We really appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you, Trace. It's great to be with you.